Hello everyone, Felipe here again here with Daniel. We're going to continue working with the half guard. This time we're going to move to deep half. Right? We're going to actually start a little bit with the knee shield, just to continuing with the positions we've been working with, and then we're going to do the switch to deep half. So let's start already, everyone. Nice to see you. Moving the head sideways, up and down. Circling the head, everyone. Both sides. Arm. The other arm. Also circling to both sides. And the hips, as usual. Also both sides, everyone. Okay, lean down, breathe, 10 times inside, and hip escaping, everyone, 10 times inside as well. Turning to my right, stepping with the left, extending the leg and bringing the hip up, push the leg through, do the same to the other side, step in front of the knee. Bottom leg extends, hip up, 10 times each side, everyone. I'm going to do the same, turn to the right, this time with the right foot on the floor, without using my hands or the other leg. Drag the hip forward, this way, turn to the left. Do the same, left foot on the floor since I'm turning to the left. Drag the hip forward and turn to the right, and back to the left. Sometimes inside, everyone. And now, since we're going to work with deep half, we're going to work with a different exercise. This time, everyone, I'm not going to use neither my feet or my hands. I'm going to be looking at the left. I'm going to extend my both legs, turning all the way to the other side, bringing my knees towards my elbow. All right? Now, I'm looking to the opposite side, do the same to go back to the left, extend both legs, turn my body, knees towards my elbow. Both feet and hand on the air, turning to one side, and the other side, just crunching like this. Also, 10 times inside, everyone. Just getting this mobility, rolling over hip and shoulder. Last but not least, rolling over the shoulder, backwards. Alright, actually not last, I'm going to add another one. Rolling forward as well, 5 times each side. You can drop on your hip and bring the hip forward. And as I've been doing before, rolling sideways, everyone. Watch out not to roll over the head. We're going to roll over the shoulder. Head in, I'm going to drop my head towards my knee. Keep my feet on the floor, rotating to the side. Going back the same way that we came, hands either under my knee or behind my back, shoulder on the floor, head to the knee, rotating back, end up in the same side, to the right, and to the left. 5 times each side, everyone, and we're gonna go to the partner drills. Let's go. Okay, everyone, we're gonna continue with the, just remembering the issue a little bit, situation where, just like we've been working before, then it's going to have here, I'm going to have the half guard, but then it's going to be controlling me. And here, people, instead of working with the underhook, this time I want to make sure that I get the knee shield. So, on the opposite side, let me turn around. Here, I'm going to block the hip on the opposite side, okay? So, I block the hip. I'm going to use the other foot that I have on the floor. To hip escape, I'm going to push my knee through, get the space, and I'm going to be setting the knee shield. Right? Then it's going to bring her elbow in, push my leg away, getting the control of the underhook. That's because I'm letting her do that, so we can continue the exercise. And I'm going to be continuing the same way. I push the hip escape on the other side, bring my knee through, open my knee, pushing my opponent away and getting the space that I need. Dania pushes my leg away, gets the control, and we're just going to be switching positions like this. We're going to do this 1.5 minutes to one side, and then we switch and do 1.5 minutes to the other side. Again, blocking the hip with the hand that I have free. I'm gonna hip escape on the other side, bring my knee, my shin in front of the hip. I open my knee, pushing my partner away, getting back to the knee shield. Then I remove the leg out of the way, and we're just gonna keep moving like this, see? And getting the space, all right? Let's do that, people. 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes on the opposite side, and then we switch. Whoever's on the bottom gets on top. Okay? Let's move to another one, people. All right, people, the other exercise that we're going to do is just repeating the first sweep that we saw from the knee shoot. Okay, if you guys are not familiar with details, check out the video. I guess it was Tuesday or Wednesday that I showed this one. Basically, I'm being the knee shoot, elbows and knees close together. I'm gonna grab the leg that I'm already controlling with the leg. I'm gonna bring my arm under my knee, head to the belt. I block her knee. I bring myself up, and I'm gonna be in half guard. I'm gonna let Dania set the knee shield, and she's going to be doing the same. She's gonna be here with her elbows and knees close together. She's gonna push my armpit up, bring her arm through, and she's gonna grab my leg. She's gonna block the other one, bring herself up, come up, and we're gonna be switching positions like this. I'm gonna be blocking with the knee shield, grab the leg, block the other leg, bring myself up, and we're just gonna be switching positions like this. Again, we've seen this position before, so if you guys are not yet familiar with this one, check the video again. It was the first one that we worked with the knee shield. Again, sorry guys, not sure if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, one of both. Just check it out. Again, then it gets a single leg, one blocks the other leg, comes up. I put her back in the knee shield. We're just gonna keep switching sweeps, okay? 2 minutes on one side, then we do 2 minutes on the other side. Now let's go to the position, people. Oh, okay, go on. So today we're gonna start with another type of half guard, which is very known, a lot of people use, myself included, which is the deep half. And with the deep half, the underhook is not going to be so necessary. Actually, it's an option if you don't get the underhook. What is important, people, as the name suggests, is that I have to go really deep under my opponent's hip. Okay, so before I show any attacks or sweeps from there, I just want to talk about a little bit of the concepts involved in this position, because more important than knowing how to sweep is knowing how to enter the position, the concepts of the position, and how to stay there. Okay, so just because we've been working with the knee shield, I'm gonna start from the knee shield, all right, on how to go to the deep half. But I'm gonna show some other options that you guys can use, all right? You can basically go from there from many different scenarios. So I'm gonna be here with Dania. I'm gonna be working here with the knee shield. And to go to the deep half, what I want to do is to control the leg that I don't have control, okay? But on the last class that we did, I was showing this leg lock in which I was grabbing like this, all right? I was getting some distance. In this case, I don't want to get the distance because since I'm going to the deep half, I'm gonna have to get rid of the knee shield. And if I get rid of the knee shield and I stay far away like this, I give Dania the option of getting the crossface and smashing me here, and I don't want to be in this scenario, okay? So as I'm here, if I want to go to the deep half, what I'm going to do is I can get the control off the collar, okay? Because this is going to be very helpful to get into the deep half because I'm going to break her balance here a little bit. So I'm going to connect myself to the leg, and at the same time, I'm going to bring Dania's upper body forward with this grip that I have on the collar. I'm gonna also show a no-gi option, okay, no worries. So what I'm going to do, this arm that is on the floor, I'm going to bring through under her leg. I remove the knee shield, I connect my ear to the leg, and I'm gonna pull her upper body forward. And now what I want to do is isolate this leg that I have controlled with my legs. Turn to the other side, please, Lucas. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, people, that exercise that we did in the beginning of the class, check how my feet are in the air. I'm going to extend, and I'm going to turn my knees to the other side. Come back here, please, Lucas. Nice. And now I end up in the deep half position. Okay, so you guys can understand that I'm really underneath Dania's hip. If I move back and forth, I'm always like breaking her balance, right? And what is important for me here, people? First of all, try not to be flat on your backs, because if I stay flat on my back like this, I'm giving Dania the option, for example, of attacking this arm, which is always dangerous. She can get an Americana from here, for example. Oh, exactly. So I don't want that to happen, all right? Unless I have my arm hidden, but then we're gonna talk about this. So and the problem is that she can also block my mobility a little bit. She can try to get the crossface from here, so we don't want to be in this scenario. What I want in reality is I have my right shoulder under her hip. I'm gonna bring the left one here, and I'm gonna stay in this position. If Dania wants to attack this arm right now, it's gonna be very complicated because I'm hiding under my body, and I can work from here. Okay, so this is basically the position that we're gonna work right now. The good thing about this is that I'm protecting my arms, I'm protecting my neck, actually, and since I'm underneath Dania's hip, like I said, if I move, I'm moving Dania's hip as well, which gives me a really good control, all right? So let's see this again. I'm gonna show a no-gi option, all right, so you guys can work with this as well, because what is important for me is to break my opponent's balance as I'm trying to get the position. So let's say that I was here in the knee shield, but we're doing no-gi. Don't have the collar, obviously, all right? I want to go and I want to bring my wrist under her armpit, all right? And here again, knee shield gets out. I'm gonna extend the leg. I'm gonna connect my head to her leg. And here I'm pushing under the armpit, extending my legs so I can isolate her leg and position myself here in the deep half guard position. And I'm gonna be working from here, all right? Like I mentioned before, everyone, it is not necessary for me to be in the deep half to go to be in the knee shield to go to the deep half, sorry. Example, let's say that I have just a half guard here, and I'm here with Dania, and Dania's not giving me any space to get the underhook. She's doing a good job by blocking my elbow. So here, people, same thing. I want to connect myself to the leg that is not being controlled, head in, and here, extending the leg forward, turning to the other side, and going to the deep half, all right? It's always an option, okay? So what is important for us, people, is to get the movement correctly, because I want to be able to extend to isolate my opponent's leg. So as I'm here, I was doing half guard, either with the knee shield or the regular one. I'm going to dive under my opponent's hip, okay, grabbing the leg, connecting the head to the leg, and here, I extend my legs, and I turn to the other side to get to the position, okay? So, one more time. Going to the other side. So, I'm here. I'm going to have the control of the collar. I'm going to connect myself to the leg that I don't have control. Realize I'm controlling her left leg with my legs. The right one is not being controlled, so I'm going to go deep. I'm going to keep the control of the collar. I extend the leg, and I turn to the other side. Turn around a little bit. Pay attention, people. I want to isolate the leg that is between my legs, not this one. This is something that a lot of people fail when they're going to the deep half, is that what they try to do is this leg that they grabbing with the hands, they try to pull. I'm not doing this, okay? I'm just controlling. I'm going to isolate the leg that I'm controlling with the legs. So one more time, I was here, I connect myself to her leg, extend my both legs, turn my body to the other side, and get myself into the deep half. All right? So what I'm gonna suggest, everyone, is before we jump to the other positions that we're gonna work from here, I want you guys to practice entering and being in this position. You can ask your partner to try to get a crossface, or to push the hip away, or try to balance themselves. I want you guys to get the feeling of this position so you know how to work from there. Okay, most important than get the sweeps and everything is to understand how the position works, is being comfortable there. I know it looks weird to be comfortable underneath someone's hip, all right, but it's a position that gives you a lot of control, and you guys can perform a lot of sweeps and attacks from there, which you're gonna see quite soon. Okay, let's move people. All right, everyone. So practicing a little bit of half guard here, guys, as we've been doing. I'm gonna suggest you, it's the last day that we're going to be doing this, all right, in which we're gonna start here from the knee shield. Tomorrow, since we're gonna work with the attacks from the deep half, we're gonna start in the deep half guard, actually getting the entry to the deep half just to practice. But again, just a situation in which I'm trying to pass Dania's guard, and Dania is protecting herself and trying to get either a submission or a sweep. Okay, so I'm gonna be attacking, Dania's trying to get space. She went here for the single leg, good for her, she got the sweep. We start over, all right? And we're gonna keep working. Okay, so people on top, you guys are trying to pass for 3 minutes. People on the bottom, you're trying to to protect yourselves, of course. Don't let your opponent pass is the most important, but trying to get a sweep as well, and trying to get a submission. If any of you reach your goal, reset, okay, and then continue playing. We're going to do 3 minutes of you on top, then you guys switch. One thing that is important that I like to point out, people, is if you're attacking, your opponent's probably not thinking about passing your guard, okay? So make sure that at the moment that you have a good position like Dania has right now, try to not just wait for your opponent to set grips and pass. Try to be aggressive, try to break your opponent's balance at all times, because in this case, if your opponent, putting your opponent in danger, it's going to be complicated for your opponent to think about anything else other than not falling or not attacking. Okay, so let's do this exercise, everyone. Then you guys can add some extra rolls, right? Have fun, take care, see you guys tomorrow.